Hi guys, apologies for that at the start. I've not got really good Wi-Fi. My name is Andy and I'm Gambling Addict. Last bet 14th of April 2007. Hope you're all doing well guys. As you can see, I'm not in sunny Derby. I'm actually in Gibraltar this week. I fly back tomorrow. What it is I'm out with a company called Wygam, who deliver educate gambling harm education. And I'm out to see a couple of gambling companies this week in Gibraltar and see how the education is delivered, and obviously share my story as well, which has been quite humbling. Hopefully it's been well received and people actually pick up and listen to what I'm saying and stuff. So it's been a very informative week so far. Hope everyone's doing well. I'll be back as normal on a Sunday at 8 PM back in Derby. But yeah, it's been a very thoughtful and challenging week. Well, not a challenging week, it's been very informative for me. I had a lot to learn, and hopefully some parts of the industry are learning about what I'm doing and what I'm actually saying and what they can get from my actual story and how they interpret it, so to speak. I do appreciate that there's not going to be as many people on tonight as there usually is on a Sunday, and I appreciate I am a bit earlier tonight, so apologies there. I just hope I can get a few questions come through and any debate can get flowing. I'm more happy to talk really. So I hope you're doing all well. As I say, with gambling addiction, call it the silent addiction. You can see the effects of drug and alcohol, but you can never see the effects of gambling really until it's too late. I believe firmly in the education part of it immensely. What I believe really is, like I say, with drugs and alcohol, it gets taught about in schools, the dangers, also STIs and smoking, etc. But we don't talk about gambling, and I find that quite strange. I mean, as soon as you get to 18 years old in the UK, you can gamble, and there's nothing to tell you about the dangers of it really from a young age. I mean, I believe from senior school level especially that people should be probably listening to kind of things like this. Hi Gemma, hope you're doing well. Hi Stephen, the operator. What questions did the operator ask you, Andy? They're asking me what kind of barriers that they could put in place to get me to stop being rock bottom, basically, Stephen. They were really interested in wanting to know, and they really wanted to pick their brains and what ideas I could have that could impact it and stuff and all that. I mean, it was probably the first time for many of them really to see someone face to face, if you know what I mean. Hi Emily, very, very considerate of you. That's very nice of you to say. I really appreciate that. A week today free. That's brilliant, Gemma. Amazing. Yeah, going back to you, Stephen. Like I say, it wasn't just tick boxing exercise or anything like that. They were really interested and wanted to know the story quite a lot and wanted to understand more on how my brain ticked when I was gambling and stuff and what checks. I mean, the best question they asked me was what barriers they could actually put in place, what stops they could keep doing and everything like that really. And it was very, very good discussion really. And obviously as long as they take away one thing and maybe improve their system, so to speak, because I've been with Lottoland and BetVictor today over the week, and I learnt about their systems and how they would challenge people and stuff and all that. And they want to be more robust, they want to be responsible at the end of the day. They don't want addicts, they don't want people suffering. As you say, Raymer, yeah, agree with that. Yeah, I mean, I've seen Sky Bet do it. Sky Bet have started to launch quite a lot of stuff regarding the gambling addiction kind of things and responsibility and things like that. And I do think the slowly turn of the industry is starting to get there. It's ever so slight, ever so small. Nothing's ever going to be perfect, obviously, but they ask the right questions and hopefully they're going to give us the right answers eventually. As you say, yeah, you hit the machines in the bookies and things on that. It's also with online as well, seeing if people are running up 3-4 credit cards, so to speak, and see what triggers are there as well. It's good to hear people and all that. I'm not in the UK this week. I'm actually in Gibraltar, Gemma, but I live in Derby. That's where I live. But I get her out a bit, so to speak. But like I say, with people here who are suffering, who are in addiction and who are suffering, there is help. There is hope out there. What I would say to quite a lot of people who do message me and stuff, do the 20 questions on the GA website, Gamblers Anonymous website. If you answer yes to 7 of them, then it will mean that you're probably a problem gambler. Yeah, Romeo, it's heartbreaking, mate, to see that, and see people do that. Like £5 on a machine is just ridiculously crazy, isn't it? Hi, After Gambling Podcast. Hi, mate. I hope you're doing well. Nice to talk to you. If everyone's very interested, the After Gambling Podcast, very good listen, and he talks to quite a lot of people who are addicts and 1 or 2 from the industry as well. So the After Gambling Podcast is a very good thing to go and listen to. Great stuff. Yeah, brilliant. You've self-excluded, Gemma. That is amazing. Well done. Really brilliant. Like you say, you've done a week. A week's a hell of a long time. Just got to take it one day at a time. Even if you break that day down to 10 hours or 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, so to speak. It is amazing. And keep fighting. Just keep fighting. You can do it. It is possible. I mean, I would have laughed your heads off if I was got 11 and a half years clean. I told you I was 11 and a half years clean at the start. I'd have gone this far, and I'm doing what I'm doing now. I just want to give people hope and help, if you know what I mean. As you say, I mean, with jackpots, like you say, I don't think it's the stake that's sometimes a problem. Like you say, it's how much you could probably win. Because that trigger, I think the main trigger is someone winning big, and then the money's and all like that, basically. So, hi Joker, hope you're doing alright, mate. I think that's the first time I've actually seen you on here, I'm not sure. Apologies, apologies if I can't remember you, I do apologise. But yeah, like you say, with jackpot limits, I have seen talk about things like that, especially on like fruities and like, you know, like arcades and stuff and all that, where yeah, you're chasing a big jackpot, you're always chasing that massive win. Alright, okay, I do apologise, I hope you're doing well. Have you been anywhere for help? I'm guessing that because you're coming through to this channel that you might need help or something like that. And have you gone to GA? Have you gone through GamCare or anything like that? I'm assuming you're in the UK. All good. Thanks for the question, Stephen, by the way, really encouraging. And obviously, you know my story, I know your story as well. I hope it's all going really well for you, mate, at this time. Got a lucky draw against Derby last night, mate. I'm only kidding, it was a fair result. But yeah, if anyone wants to follow Stevie GG's on Twitter, he's a good guy to follow, very passionate about his recovery and trying to give people experience and hope as well. And he's doing, like I say, great stuff social media wise, and he shares some posts on YouTube as well about his recovery and about the 12 steps in GA and things like that. So he's well worth a good follow. Alright, okay, Joker. Are you still gambling, are you? I only message you for advice or choice. That's brilliant, Simon. That's amazing. That is fantastic, mate. 26th of May, a day at a time, mate, and you're doing absolutely amazing, Simon. Are you still, you doing any meetings or anything at all? As you say. Brilliant. Harry's been he might go for the part of it as West Ham. I said it's important. He goes, as I say, I mean, sometimes you have to be selfish in your recovery. Think about yourself first before anything else. That's my personal opinion, of course. Look after you. Look after who you are. I always look after myself first before I thought to others. Or I've got to be selfish. It's my recovery at the end of the day. It is me at the end of the day, basically. Hi, Fob's Roulette Casino's a killer for me. Hey, Joker, do you do anything like self-excluding or anything like that at all? There is like GamStop as well, which is a fantastic tool for you. Also self-exclusions and stuff. And feel free to privately message me as well, Joker, if you want to. I'm on Twitter at Barrymad79. Also, you can messenger me on Facebook. I don't take friend requests because I want to keep that for family and friends, but feel free to Facebook message me as well. I'm happy to talk. First 2 weeks the hardest. After that I found it easy, but we're all different. As you say, Romeo, yeah, I mean for me the first year is probably the hardest for me. I mean I still remember having like rough times off and stuff, especially that first year. I was bouncing off the walls, did crazy things like order 20 quid's worth of Chinese so I didn't gamble. Like I say, it's hard. I had to bin all access for money basically, and put a lot of pressure on my wife on the finances, and bear in mind I had a young son at the time as well. So you've got to remember who you alleviate all your problems onto, and all of a sudden it's their problem as well, and it's hard for them. And you forget how much you've actually like put them under, so to speak. Just willpower and watching your videos, don't you? That's great. I mean, feel free to keep commenting every time, Simon, mate. Yeah. This act's probably like a GA meeting for some people, I imagine. And I know I'll keep spreading the word. I'll keep actually doing my videos. I'll keep talking to people all the time. And as I say, I'm not anti-gambling, so I talk to industry people. I talk to educators, academics, and things like that. I want people to pick my brains. I say I'm living proof that you can actually recover. I can never say never I'll gamble again, but I've just got to keep myself in check, keep myself going, and help you as well, obviously. As I say, just going to catch up on the things because I haven't got my moderator on tonight. I've done all the GamCare stuff online. Is there anything that you might find that might work for you, Joker? Why don't you try a GA meeting? Are you UK based at all? Just wondered if you are or not. As you say, Gemma, don't talk about the money, Gemma. Saying you got 200 on you and everything like that. Wise for get somebody else to probably look after your money because it's all very early days for you. Perhaps fraction desire lesson every time. Keep busy. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, sorry Stephen, yeah, good roll. Yeah, all good, mate. Yeah, great stuff. Okay, you're South London, are you, Joker? Why don't you try a meeting somewhere, like, all you need to do is go on the Gamblers Anonymous website, type in your postcode, and there'll be plenty of meetings in London. I know for a fact there's some every day, everywhere. I mean, would you, like, go on a tube to gamble, and, say, go 10-15 miles to gamble somewhere on a tube? And would you go, like, 10-15 miles to go on an actual tube to go to basically a GA meeting? We should do a 12 steps video. Yeah, that might be a good idea, Stephen. What I might do something like that. I'm not really a steps person as such, but I probably do. I don't do them like religiously with a sponsor or anything, but I probably do them without me realising it. But I could possibly do a video like that explaining the 12 steps, and I have got the literature at home as well, and I'll probably do like a pre-recording that, so to speak, and explain them properly, if you know what I mean. The Joker, do separate, ring the number, promise it works. Yeah, as Gemma says, you have to work it for yourself basically. End of the day, but is many great layers of barriers and protection for you in place. You've just got to make them work for yourself. It is a kind of a two-way thing, really. As Joker, I know if South London, like I say, there's fantastic load of meetings. There's loads of meetings for you. So that's probably so many bookies near me and a few big casinos. But would you, if you found out you had a GA meeting close by, would you go to it? Is that the same as me? Does that mean you can self-exclude from more than 3 shops at a time? Emily, yeah. If you go on the self-exclusion.co.uk, it's a bit more of a centralised one for you, basically. So it can, like, in the vicinity and things like that. Hopefully it's your first day of your journey, Joker. Just take it one day at a time. World record for staying off gambling is 24 hours. Just take it one day at a time, mate. One day at a time. Hi, Wigan Latte. Any meetings in Manchester, mate? Yes, there is meetings in Manchester. I know of one that's there on a Friday, which is obviously tomorrow, on a Friday evening. Best thing you do is get on the gamblersanonymous.org.uk website, type in your postcode, and it'll come up with all the meetings for you within, like, vicinity of, from closest to furthest, obviously, and it'll give you what days and what kind of meeting it is as well. Yeah, Bolton meeting, Emily, that's a good one as well. I went to that one on the Friday one a couple of times as well. I've gone for it. As Romeo says, get yourself back in control, get control of your life back. Get someone to probably help look after your money. Does anybody else know about everything and all that, really? Apologies, I am walking into people. I'm just walking up and down kind of a strip at the minute here in Gibraltar. I get that, Joker. Like you say, it is not a religious organisation, GA, but I do appreciate that there is religious overtones into it. Like there is words there which pick up on there, and I know it puts off quite a few people. As I say, I go to my meetings not for the steps, or the literature or anything. I go because I know there's a lot of people who know and understand what I'm like, and I can understand what they're like as well. And it's best for me to share how my week's been. I can get other stuff and all that lot. Do apologise. I'll sort this guy out. I'd use it. Sorry guys, do apologise. Sorry about that, guys. Happens, doesn't it? Thank you, After Gambling Pompous. I really appreciate it. So yeah, so all good. So kids are lucky to have a father figure like Andy. Well, quite humbling that is. Thank you very much, After Gambling Podcast. I really appreciate that. No, I'm not in Spain. Well, pretty much Spain. I'm in Gibraltar at the minute, Joker. As I say, I'm meeting the gambling companies at the minute and sharing my story, and hopefully they can take some sort of education from me and pick my brains and see if I can help with their protection of like people who may be problem gamblers, or they want to like see the signs of people who may be struggling, etc. That's what I try to do. I'm glad everyone's trying to help each other out. This is exactly why I make the meetings for, so to speak. This is fantastic for me to see, and it's great as well. It encourages so much. It's like a mini meeting for me as well. Obviously the Sunday one is busier and I get a lot more people on there, but if there's anybody watching from the industry, as you can see people who are talking to each other respectfully, and everyone can talk to each other and keep going and make things happy, if you know what I mean. And it's brilliant for me that everyone's trying to understand each other and try and give each other hope, as you can see in the comments. So if there's anyone who's lurking about watching, I hope you're taking some of the comments there and looking that people are trying to get sorted, if you know what I mean. That's Chris. I hope you're doing well, buddy. I'm glad I helped you, Gemma. That's really great. Thank you, Joker. Really appreciate that, mate. Yeah, as it's not everybody's cup of tea, GA. I get that, Chris, totally. Obviously, there is other ways to keep recovering and stuff and all that lot. It's fantastic to see you, mate. I hope you enjoying where my location is at the minute. I did tell you a few weeks ago where I was coming. As I say, I'm not sure if you've been watching all this time, Chris, but like I say, I've been talked to a couple of lots over gambling industry this week, and it's been quite positive, as always. Yeah. Some people may take it with a pinch of salt, if you know what I mean. Sorry, guys. Just had to hide another troll. Do apologise. Nice guy there. Yeah, fine. Good luck, Joker. As you say, Joker, I hope it goes well for you, buddy. What usually happens at gambling meetings, mate? At the gambling addiction meetings, it's like you say, if you're nervous about going, I know a lot of people have come to me, if you know what I mean. As After Gambling Podcast just said there, that's probably me in a nutshell as well. Isn't the reason I haven't, but the people at GA are a huge part of why I haven't gambled, because everyone's similar there, basically. Wigan Latic. It's people who share the story, share the hope, exchange strength and hope, trying to stay away from gambling. Everyone there will understand what you're going through and how you're feeling. Best place for me it was, and it still is now. I still go to my meetings when I can. Obviously, I should be at the one in Derby tonight, and so to speak, I'm pretty much going for the people a lot as well. I don't really do the 12 specs like I say. I go because I know people surround me who know what I'm feeling and know how I feel. Because I still have my good days, I have my good days majority of the time, but I sometimes still have my bad days as well. and it's hard for me, so to speak. But I want to talk to people and want to make sure everyone's right, and I'll live in for that week, or hopefully they keep going and keep being happy, and hopefully staying away from gambling. Obviously people slip and it's awful, but I know it sounds selfish again. Looking after my own recovery helps me to listen to people who may have slipped as well. Obviously I'm empathetic and I've got sympathy for them, but I just hope they can go in one day at a time. That's the main thing for me, so to speak. You have to keep going. Krista, sorry guys. Krista, yeah, the 12 steps are online. Steps to GA or even AA even. You'll probably find similar kind of things. You'll definitely find them online, Krista. I'm just going to keep going for a few more minutes because I'm with other people tonight who I'm with for this trip I've come out for. So I don't want to be like holding them up, and I do have a beer on the table as well. But yeah, I am for me personally, I'm so far in my recovery. I'm feeling so good about myself. I'm one day at a time. I've not had a bet for over 11. Yeah, it's all numbers at the end of the day. But I mean, what I was trying to explain to the gambling industry, it's not about the trust. For me, the biggest thing I lost was the trust. My wife lost all trust in me. My mum and dad lost all trust in me, and that was the hardest thing I had to win back, to gain back. And over time, it does happen. I just have to be so honest and stuff and all that. Like, Andy, why don't you start your own online GA website, mate? If I had the time, mate, I would. I'm quite happy probably sticking to just doing YouTube videos for now and just keep doing all this. And it helps me probably better to do this. If I could spread my time even further, I would. But I am so busy. It is hard to do everything, so to speak. I love to do something like that, but I'd need plenty of people backing me up and probably helping me as well, and it's so hard. Maybe if anybody's watching from the gambling industry could probably take note of that. You just have a look, or educators and stuff like that really as well. As After Gambling Pass, there is Discord. If you download Discord app, there is a group there basically as well. Hi Emily, just like you say, I mean, you're an affected other, so your partner's got the gambling addiction. You just have to keep trusting. He has to be honest with you at all times, and that's the only way you're going to get back and fight it back basically, and you keep going, and that's how it starts recovering. That's how life gets better. You have to be honest. You have to keep talking about trust. That trust does regain and it does come back, and it is amazing, and life does get so much better. It gets easier. You'll end up feeling normal again. I always talk about being normal, high as a kite, lower down here. I just want a flat line in the middle. I want to be boring. I want to pay my gas bill every month. I want to pay my lecky bill every month. I want to pay my petrol, put petrol in my car, fill the car up with petrol, so to speak. I want to do all the normal things. Just things that I took for, I left to the last minute when I was gambling. The food shop where I was just like buying everything very cheap and smart and all that lot. Sorry guys, just gonna remove him again. I do apologise. Sorry for the troll tonight. It is some idiot as always. He's got a bit of fun with me, but just ignore. Thanks for keeping ignoring. Is there a GA for Birmingham? Yes, there will be. Best thing to do, Jackie888, is to go on gamblersanonymous.org.uk, type in your postcode, and then it'll come up with the closest to the furthest meetings away from you. And it's fantastic. And what find you a meeting close by, a type of meeting as well, and how long it's on for and what day it's on as well. So yeah, there will be one in Birmingham. There'll be quite a few in Birmingham, I imagine, Jackie. Oh, great stuff. After Gambling podcast, have a good day, and if it's well, you're good, mate. No worries. Yeah, I know, Romeo. So I'm going to probably leave it here now. I know it's a bit of a shortened version, and there's not as many people on tonight, but thank you for watching. I will be flying back tomorrow back to England, and I will be doing a Sunday, as always, at 8 p.m. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Thank you, Gemma. My name's Andy, and I'm a gambling addict. Last bet, 14th of April, 2007. Take care.